Natalie with the Fifth Journey. We're going to start sitting on the ball today with a nice long neutral spine with our hands on our hips, and we're just going to simply rock back and forth. So tucking your pelvis under and then arching it back slightly, tucking it under and rolling it back. Exhale as you come forward and inhale as you come back. Exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you come back. Let's do a couple more. Exhale forward. Think about lifting tall in your spine. And last one, coming forward and then rocking back. Now we're going to go side to side. So going to one side, back to neutral, and the other side, back to neutral. So exhale as you go to one side. Inhale as you come back to neutral. Exhale, reverse it, and inhale, come back to neutral. Let's do a few more sets. Exhale, and inhale, exhale, and inhale. Two more. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Sitting up nice and tall. Last one. Exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Going into circles, you're going to tilt that pelvis forward and then rolling back all the way around into a circle. Do 5 of them each way. So tucking your pelvis under and rolling around. You can hear the ball crunching around underneath me. And rolling around, sitting up nice and tall. There's 3, 2 more in this direction, and 4. And let's go ahead and finish that 5th one and reverse it the other way. And around. Really loosening up the spine, lengthen through the torso. Around. Breathing nice and easily. Let's do one more. And complete that one. All right, taking your legs out straight, we're going to do kind of a hamstring stretch. So folding forward, starting with your upper back, you're just going to lay forward, relaxing down. Feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings. I have no weight on my arms, so I'm letting the gravity, the weight of my body, pull me forward. And starting with my lower back and my glutes, squeezing my glutes, I'm going to roll up and then come back down. So starting with my head, I'm going to round down. And then squeezing with my glutes, reverse the movement, rolling up. Let's do 3 more. And rolling down. Nice way to loosen up the back. Stretch those hamstrings and come up. 2 more. Breathing nice and deeply. Think about engaging your core, pulling your belly button in towards your spine as you come up. That will help with the movement, also help protect your lower back. Let's do 1 more. Going down. And then rolling back up to that nice tall seated position. Okay, we're going to slide down just a little bit on the ball so that our lower back is engaged on the ball. Our upper body is lifted. Head is in line, trunk is engaged, core is engaged, belly button pulling towards the spine. We're going to do a partial roll-up, so kind of like what you would do and a roll-up on the floor. So arms are going to go up over your head, and I'm shaking already. And inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. We'll do 5 of them. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Keeping your head in line, pulling that belly button to your spine. Shoulders are down. All right, now we're going to make the movement a little bit larger, coming all the way up, sliding your behind back on the ball. So inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, and inhale. If you want to go farther down, you can definitely do that. And inhale. Using your abs to engage the movement, to begin the movement. 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. And we have 1 more. Inhale, and exhale. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and scooping up. We're going to come off the ball and roll around and lay on it. So we're going to be prone on the ball, comfortably laying on it. And this is just relaxing. So we're going to take about 5 breaths, and you're just going to rock back and forth, breathing nice and deeply. This opens up the back, opens up your ribs, your shoulders, relax your pelvis. Just rocking back and forth. Drop your head down. Nice deep breaths, really expand through your ribs. Open that up. Okay, I'm going to slide the ball over just a minute for the next exercise, since I have the door there. Okay, going up with my hands under my shoulders, I'm going to do a twist rotation. So planting my back hands on the ground, I'm going to reach up with my front arm and look towards the ceiling. Try to keep my lower body stabilized. I'm lifting with my navel and then come back down. So reverse the movement, reach up towards the back, and then coming back down. Now you can kind of play with your hip placement. So if you open up your hip here, you have more of a stretch along your side. And coming back down. And go the other way. Now if I push my same hip down, it stretches more of my back. And then coming back down. And lifting up. And coming back down. If you exhale, exhaling on the twist, you think about you're wringing out a rag. So you're really, really exhaling, getting all that air out so you can maximize the stretch. Back down. And then lifting up for the last time. And then coming back down. You're going to roll back. We're going to have a seat on the floor. So taking your ball, you're going to sit in a moderate second position or a moderate V-sit, so to speak. So sitting tall on top of your sit bones, you don't want to be arched back. You want to sit tall as you can. So if you need to have your legs in more or open more, depending on flexibility, that's completely fine. You want to have your feet pointing towards the ceiling. Your toes, don't let them roll in. You either want to have them straight up, or if you have the turnout in your hip, not your knee or ankle, if you have the turnout in your hip, go ahead and try to point them back behind you. So we're going to do a forward stretch in this position. So putting your hands on the front of the ball. All you're going to do is going to round over, start with your crown, rounding over. Exhale as you go down, and inhale as you come up. So this will stretch your hamstrings, it will stretch your back. We're going to do 5 times. Exhale down, and inhale to come up. Exhale down, and if you have the flexibility, try to go down farther each time. Try to flatten out that lower back as you come down. So initiate the movement with the crown of your head, taking it to a flat back if you can, and then I'm going to reverse it, initiating with my glutes and coming back up. Let's do 2 more. I did lose count, so let's do 2 more. Going down, come up, and last one, exhale down, and inhale up. Now, you can stay there and do 5 more, or you can go a little bit deeper if your flexibility allows. So I'm going to take my hands a little bit farther down on the ball, and I'm going to go down with more of a flat back to get a deeper stretch, and coming up. Now this time you can stay with a rounded back, you can go with a flat back. If you're doing a flat back, make sure you're using your glutes, you're not using your lower back. So I'm thinking about tilting my pelvis forward from my hips, right here. And I'm squeezing my glutes to come back up, okay? So going down, go back up. Let's go ahead and do 2 more. And if you need to adjust your hands on the ball, walk it out. This is also a nice chest stretch, because as my arms are over my head, it's stretching the front of my chest. And let's go ahead and do 1 more. Exhale. And coming back up. All right, we're going to do a rest pose or a shell stretch. coming onto your knees. This is a really good one to do at the end of an exercise, but right now we're stretching and warming up. So same thing, putting your hands on the ball. We're going to initiate the movement from our ground, rolling forward. And then using my seat, I'm going to roll back up. So nice massage of the spine. Exhale down. And inhale. Back up. Exhale down. And back up. Inhale. Nice and slow. Exhale down. You hear the train in the background. We've got lots of birds, trains, all sorts of noises. It's springtime in Kansas. And down. And then coming back up using your glutes. Now, same motion, but we're actually going to go side to side. So I'm going to push the ball to the side. This is really great for the side of your body, the obliques. And then coming back up, and I'm going to roll to the other side. If you have just done a seat workout, this is really, really good. So if you've done a bunch of bridges or squats or anything like that that's really working your seat, or the clamshells on the side kick series, this is a really good exercise to do that. And going to the other side. We'll do 2 more sets after this. Now if you want to go a little bit deeper in the stretch and hit more of your glutes, go ahead and slightly take your hips over to that opposite direction, and you'll feel this nice deep stretch all along in here. And then coming back up. Remember to always use your glutes, not your lower back, to pull yourself, especially if you have lower back strain or any issues with your lower back. So when I come up to initiate the movement, I think about lifting with my seat. It's also a good seat workout. So last set, going to the side. And coming back up. And switching sides for last time. Exhale down. And inhale, coming out. Now we're going to go back to that stretch we just did before, the rest pose or the shell stretch, but I'm going to open my knees quite a bit wider, because when I do that, I can get farther down into the stretch. So putting my hands down farther on the ball, I'm going to go forward as far as I can, really opening up the sit bones to that back wall, opening up my chest, and inhale to come up. Good. And going down. Now, depending on what type of stretch you want to get and where you want to stretch, you can either go down with a controlled flat back, or you can roll down, initiate the movement here if you want to stretch more of the upper back. And then initiate the movement with the pelvis. Okay, let's do 2 more. I'm going to keep doing the flat back. That feels the best for me right now. And coming back up, squeezing with my glutes to pull myself up. Last time. And down, exhale. And inhale. This is a good warm-up. It's a good stretch and it's a good warm-up to begin your exercise. I'm going to lie down on my back and put my knees, put the ball under my knees. Lay down comfortably. Hand to the side. We're going to actually do an imprint. So an imprint in Pilates is stabilizing your back against the mat or the floor. So in Pilates, if you have both of your legs on the floor and you're in a neutral spine, that means that your pelvis is, well, keeps rolling your way. The pelvis, if you were to lay something on it, then it is nice and flat. So, and you can have a little bit of space under your back. Imprinting, anytime you have one or both legs off the ground, you want to stabilize your spine. So you're thinking about really pushing it down onto the mat. So this is a good exercise to feel that motion to protect your lower back. So putting the legs on the ball, I'm just going to have my hands down low V. I'm in a neutral spine right now. I'm going to think about pulling in on the deepest parts of my abdominals around my pelvic area, and I'm going to imprint, think about pressing all the way from my shoulder all the way down to my hips into the mat to getting a nice stable spine. And then I'm going to relax. Inhale and exhale. Imprint. And inhale to relax. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. This is also a nice one to do at the very end. Just to relax, get your thoughts in order. It's nice to use the ball because it gives you a little bit, since the ball is not stable, it gives you a little bit of an idea when your legs are up without the strain to get everything set and stable. That's going to do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Continuing on from the imprint, we're going to do the classic crunch. Taking your hands behind your head, gentle pressure, elbows are out, and lifting straight up and back down. Inhale up, exhale back down. Inhale up. Here's 4. And 5. Belly button pressing into the ground. 6. Nice and slow, controlled. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Coming up to the top, taking your arms out to the side. We're going to reach around. So you're going to exhale as you reach around, squeeze your obliques. Inhale to return to center. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Lifted back. Having the ball under your legs adds a little extra bit of stabilization that you have to do. Let's do one more set. And exhale. Return neutral, laying back down, taking the arms back behind the head. We're going to go to a crunch, but we're going to lift 3 times and then back down. So lift 3 times and back down. So we have 1, 2, 3, and down. And 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and lift, 2, 3. Let's do a few more times, and lift, 2, 3, lift, 2. Very nice, at a few. Let's do one more. Lift, 2, 3. Moving on to around the world, you're going to come up to that position at the top of your crunch, and then you're going to circle around towards the right or towards the left, whichever way you want to go first. You're going to circle around, and we're going to do that 5 times, and then you're going to go the other way. Okay, so lifting up, circling back around, and exhale to come up. 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to go the other way. And 1. And 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Relaxing down, going to the bridge. Hands are by your sides, palms are out and down. Nice. Imprinted spine. From here, I'm going to roll the ball out just a little bit. My counter stuck to it. And lifting up with your seat, you're going to come to a nice long line from your chest through your knees. So pushing your hands in, I'm going to engage my glutes, engage my hamstrings, and pushing up. The ball will roll around, and then rolling back down. So tuck that pelvis, rolling up, and rolling back down. Tuck the pelvis, roll up, and roll back down. Inhale to come up, and exhale to roll back down. Inhale up, and exhale to roll back down. And we're going to do 5 more. If you want to keep your legs in this position, you may do so. Or if you want to make it a little bit harder, slide the ball out. It gives you a little bit less stabilization, so you have to work harder on that. Really, really squeezing in your core. You ready? And lifting up. Now this time, instead of rolling up your back, I want you to squeeze. Think about wrapping your hips down and lifting up. Okay, so up and back down. You may not be able to go as high. And 2. And 3. Think about pushing your heels into the ball, not pushing your knees down. You don't want to hyperextend your knees. So think about pushing those heels in, the seat up, but not pushing your knees down, because that will hyperextend your knees, which you don't want to do. You want to protect that. Let's go ahead and do one more. And lift up. and then coming back down. Rolling the legs in. I'm going to grab the ball with my legs, taking it overhead. You may need to adjust as necessary. So from here, we're going to do a lift, kind of like a V lift. So our legs are in this nice V position, holding onto the ball with my ankles, and I'm just put my hands through my sides and lift up, and then back down. And 2, back down, ready to 10. 3, and 4, 5, breathe with the movement, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to add the upper body. Ready? And lift up. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, inhale up, 9, and 10. Good. Keeping your legs up, gripping it firmly. We're going to do the rotator. So what you're going to do, you're going to kind of scissor your legs. You're going to take one leg to the front and one leg to the back, trying not to drop the ball, and then you reverse it, okay? So bring it around, and then switch. Inhale as you bring it around. Exhale, with one leg in front. Inhale. And exhale. Whoop, come back right to this ball. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do a couple more sets. Inhale. And exhale. One last time the other way. Inhale. And exhale. Whew. Okay, dropping down. Hug your knees into your chest real quick. You need to hold onto the ball so it doesn't roll away. One last exercise on your back. So lifting that up, we're going to do a trunk lift with our legs out straight, and you're going to pass the ball from your legs to your arms. So you're going to have this nice kind of long V position. So lifting up, arms over your head, you're going to crunch in and switch. Crunch in and switch. Crunch in. We're going to do 10 of them. Here's 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7. Pulling that belly button into your spine. Imprinting on the mat. And last one. Oh, those are hard. Okay, bring it down. Go ahead and bring your ball to your side so you can stretch out long so it doesn't roll away. Nice long stretch. Think about taking those fingertips, crown of your head to that one wall, taking your feet to the opposite wall. Expand your ribs. Good. Okay, have a couple more exercises, then we'll be done with the ball. So we're going to roll around, and the ball is going to be behind you for these exercises. So the first thing we're going to do is the knee tuck. Now these, if you wobble a little bit, if you wobble a lot, that's completely normal because you're working on building those stabilization muscles. So putting the ball behind you, we're going to do the knee tuck. So you're going to want to be in kind of a plank position with the ball on your shins, okay? So taking one leg up at a time, firmly pressing those arms into the ground. Bring the other one up. Walk it forward a little bit. Trying to keep your trunk stable. You're going to exhale as you bring your knees in, and inhale as you come up. Exhale, and inhale. Woo. 3, 4, 5. You need to adjust. Feel free to do so. 7. Pushing up out of the shoulders. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, bringing one leg down. And then the other. Let's go ahead and stretch your back. Stretch your wrists real quick if you need to. If you have sensitive wrists, you can do that on your fists. Okay, going back to that position. We're only going to do this just a few times. We're going to do a tuck and a push-up. If you can only do it once, or if you can only do the tuck, that's completely fine. Something to work up to. So back to that plank position. Really, really, really squeezing your core. One leg at a time up. Pull it in. Out. Push up. Woo! And in, we're just going to do it 3 times. And push up. Last time. In. And push up. Good. Drop one leg. Then the other. Stretch again. We have one more exercise in that prone position, in the plank position on the ball. Nice deep breaths. And then coming back up. Ball rolled away a little bit. We're going to do the jackknife. So with this, you are hinging at the hip joint. So you want to take your hips up towards the ceiling, your legs are straight, your upper body is in a straight, from your head through your tail is a nice long line. Everything is engaged, pulling in. Okay, inhale to prep. Exhale. There we go. And down. And up. Inhale and exhale. And up. And down. Do a couple more. Up. Last one. And up. And down. One leg down at a time. Very good. Have a seat. Roll your wrists. Oh, it's getting warm. Summertime is almost here. 2 things real quick, and then you are done. So facing, let's go ahead and face the front so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to scoot forward. You may lose my legs. We're going to do a shoulder stretch because we just worked a lot on the shoulders. So sitting up tall, one hand planted on the ground, the other hand kind of on the inside front of the ball. You're just going to roll it around so it's behind you. Sit up tall, and you get this nice stretch right through here. And then bring it back in front. And then when you're here, you get a nice stretch along the back. And taking it around. And bring it around front. Let's do it 2 more times. And back, sitting up tall. And bring it around front. Last time back. And bring it in front. Just having the ball there gives it a little bit extra of a push. All right, other side. Nice tall, bring it around back. Here I'm almost pushing down into the ball. Right here, so I'm kind of pushing down with my pinky to get that nice stretch right here. And as I bring it back, I have my hand open, really open on the ball, and I'm pushing down with my thumb, and then I bring it front. Let's do it 2 more times. Bring it in front. Now if you want, you can repeat this video as many times as you want to get a longer workout. All right, last thing, back to the shell stretch. We did that in the beginning. This time we're not going to use the ball. So let's go ahead and roll it to the side. We really work those arms, really work those abs. You can hear one of the neighbors today start mowing, so sorry about that. It's that time of year. And you're done. Thank you for joining me.